this music forever. Dance to this music forever. Dance to this music forever. Dance to this music forever.
Hi, chicken. How are you? Just saw a dog with homophonia. You mean homochromia? You mean heterochromia? Like two different eye colors? You guys don't know the silly little reference. No, we do not. Not even a little bit. A cat with homophobia is, oh my god, it's heterochromia. Lol. Oh, Reddit. Hi, Himpoli, how are you? How's everybody doing this morning? Day? Evening? Afternoon? Whatever it is, wherever you are. Went to sleep as I was streaming and you woke up to the stream starting. You meant to go swimming with your brother, but you think you both overslept. Well, then it's neither of your faults, is it? The study is taking all your energy. What study? Okay, I was only supposed to play this one more time for Medial. How dare you? It's so catchy. How can you just listen to it one more time? It's impossible. You're becoming a CNC operator. I don't know what a CNC is. Yo, CNC machines are cool as hell. Am I the only person that doesn't know what this is?
Chapter 9.
Okay, chat. Should we replay the entire storyline of, like, the one that we're on now so we know where we are? Or should I just explain it? Also, studying is hard, but I'm proud of you. I'm sorry that it's draining all your life force. I tell machines, yo, go to this, and then it does some shit. Okay, cool. You also just finished your only real exam you had this semester. It was really easy, so that's good. Bless. I get to learn things like don't eat the grounded cable. What? Is that real? Did they really put that? If so, can you please, like, take a picture of that and send it to me? Because that's really funny. Okay. So, who of you needs a recap for what's going on in this game? Because we should probably do that now before we start, if anybody doesn't know what's happening. I fell asleep on like chapter 4. Ah, shit. Which chapter 4? So, Beacon Pines is a narrative game, an interactive visual narrative game. Hang on, I can't.
Speech to end all speeches.
I can't get to the. I need to show you the chronicle.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Okay, so the story is based around this little boy, Luca. He's 12. He lives in this little town called Beacon Pines. And 6 years ago, his dad died in what they're calling the factory fertilizer accident. And that's also when the foul harvest came and affected the entire town. We found out that Perennial Harvest, the new town that moved in after the foul harvest happened and the Valentines were ruined, that Perennial Harvest moved the entire town out for a week and put them up in hotels so that they could, quote, decontaminate the water. Apparently that's not the case. They apparently replicated the entire town and moved it because there's some shady happenings. So in this timeline, we go and investigate. So the story starts with our best friend Rollo coming to us and telling us about the factory being lit up, even though it's supposedly abandoned. And on this side of the diverging story path, we go and investigate the factory alone because Rollo gets caught by his sister and has to go and do chores. If you choose the change option here, the story ends. You just die because you get kidnapped by this person in a scary hazmat suit. So we went with struggle. And then we're continuing on the Rumble storyline, where we've met Beck, had dinner at her house, had an argument with Rollo, made up with Rollo, and have found out that Mr. Tolliver and his grandmother and Mrs. Fratelli, who owns the diner, are in some kind of conspiracy together. But we don't really know, like, what it is. Other than it's regarding, like, all the mysterious stuff that's happening in the town. There are also some signs that may be pointing to a chat theory that we had yesterday where his grandmother is not actually his grandmother. And because we found out yesterday that the random ooze goo stuff that's been around everywhere, if you touch it, it like ages things. So we think that that happened to his mom, and she's posing as his grandmother because they found something. They found an obituary in while they were doing research about the source, not the Canadian Electronics Store, that said Jay Hartford passed away, and that was his grandmother's name, Juniper Hartford, survived by E. Hartford, Eleanor, which is his mom's name. So we are under the impression that it was the Canadian Electronics Store all along. No. We are assuming right now that his grandma's not actually his grandma, it's his mom. But we don't know the story behind, like, what happened with all that. Hello, John-Soo. How are you? No, we did learn about a Japanese ideology called Kaizen. When the word appeared on the screen, the sound of a gong played, followed by a stereotypical ching-chong music. Oh, cool. That's nice. Yikes. I'm gonna hit you with a yikes on that one. It's gonna be a yikes for me, dog. So it is his mom because she got aged and now looks like grandma. That's what we think, yes. We're, like, fairly convinced. So, in this timeline, they tied up and interrogated Mr. Tolliver. But then when Luca got back, Mr. Tolliver was already gone. And he ate a bit of jam from his grandmother's stores, ones that were meant for Mr. Nuncreed, which is the guy who runs the pharmacy, who was apparently handling some of the lab results of patients that his dad was taking care of when he was still alive. And the jam was drugged. So we're waking up the next morning after being drugged by drug jam. Grandma drug jam. Mom, grandma, drug jam. Got it? Clear as mud? Bacon Pines. Yep. Drug jam. She just left the door open? Grandma, you're crazy. I mean, Mom? Where is she? Okay, I think we're going to the festival. Where have you been? So on the right is Beck, and on the left is Rolo. Beck just moved in with her mom's, and her mom, Nellie, got a job at, what the hell's the place called? Preeminent Harvest? Or why can't I remember? Perennial Harvest, that's the one. And Rolo's his best friend since, like, forever. 2 turntables and a microphone. Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Whoa. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. In another timeline, he shoves us into a phone booth and then sends us somewhere because the phone booth is not actually a phone booth and says we know too much, and then our story ended. So, I'm not really concerned about Mr. Nuncreed. Also, Mr. Nuncreed is a fucking creeper. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Something about Luca's face makes him look like the most evil little shit. He's sad, Mongo. His dad died when he was 6. And then his mom disappeared like a few months ago. He's been through some shit, okay? Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old culture deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Aw, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh, God. Community, conviction, commitment. These are things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. Oh, shut up, dude. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Uh-oh. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dead gum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. These dudes have unreal eyelashes, right? C-bomb alert, you're not wrong. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
Oh, get out. The second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. You see a twist coming? This entire game has been twists. Nothing but twists and turns. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other. Is this a marriage?
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Good movie. Should rewatch it. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Someone's going to touch the goo and grow, revealing to be someone else entirely this whole time. Monka. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. Hi, Gia. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim,
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
So we're back to interrogating Mr. Tolliver.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there has been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both
Beck
here
twirled
to
her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Yoshi played that so cool. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples! Really, that's what you gathered from that, Rollo?
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered... Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore. Oh, shit! Is it actually?
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? I wondered why they named him Nun Creed. There was a reason the whole time. Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. It's kind of a spooky thing to say, given the circumstances. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Her name is actually Eris? Or do people just call her that? I confuse. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Oh, it's Solomon.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore.
All we are is Gus in the wind. Okay.
Holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Ugh. Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. But whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Can I donate a poor pleb some story recaps? Okay, so in this timeline, we went and investigated the factory by ourselves and got snatched by a person in a yellow hazmat suit, smashed them on the head with a rock or something. Went to dinner with Beck and her family, saw our grandma coming out of the Eris, or the Valentine mansion, talking with Eris, wearing the hazmat suit. Then we got home. Wait, in between that. Wait, no, when was that? We then found the next day after seeing Grandma do shady dealings with Valentine. The three of us went back to the house. And in the old hutch, there was a secret passageway leading down to a basement. And down there was some old patient files that his dad had taken about some people who were living in the town around the time the accident where he was killed happened. We had a memory about how the last time we saw our dad. And then when we were down there, Mr. Tolliver came downstairs and we tied him up, and Beck interrogated him and basically convinced him that she was part of this whole weird, creepy project. He revealed that their plan is to blow up the source. and there was some kind of Mr. Tolliver had on the radio or had heard a password heard or something. He thought it was a password. Overheard when he was listening on the Perennial Harvest people. And that has led us to Nuncreed's drugstore because it was an anagram. So we're investigating Nuncreed right now. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's got to be more clues. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is where we find out about the phone booth in this timeline. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Friend's new drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Compositor slaying these piano chords, nothing's going on. And I'm already on the edge of the seat. Dude, the music in this game is really good. Assassin's Nuncreed. True? Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great. Now what? I guess we... Ah!
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
Call 1-800 enemy base.
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Oh, okay. So she works in deep engineering, and on the other side of the diverging timeline, when Rollo and Luca both go to the factory to investigate, we get caught in a dumpster, and the person in the yellow hazmat suit drops something on us. It was 100% a dead body, and Rollo went into the bag and grabbed the name tag that was in there, and it said Dr. Prescott. Deep engineering. So that's why they needed a new one, because they killed the last one, or the last one was killed. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. It's just now starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed. Let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons. I wish it was as big-brained as Rollo. You're a little slow on the uptake like Rollo. It happens. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. Shit! Shit. Awesome! You all need to come with me, now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? The clipboards? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true, I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it.
Nuncreed donated 1. Thank you for supporting my ad-free stream. Nuncreed says, "Oh hi Luca. I was in the tube reminiscing about your mom."
You mean my grandma? Which means you actually mean my mom? Yeah. And my dad said no. Thank you for the dono. Your father and I both believed in helping people. So are you saying you don't believe in helping people anymore? But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Sounds a little greedy to me. Classic sidekick into classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, "Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone."
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently, she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. Boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in Town Square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
Kick him in the dick. Plans involving explosives in a fertilizer plant? What could go wrong?
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter
Nuncreed
of a
donated
camera,
1.
as she seemed to cover
Thank you
great
for
distance in
supporting
mere
my
moments.
ad-free stream. Nuncreed says, Go West, life is peaceful there. Go west in the open air. Go west where the skies are blue.
Mm-hmm.
Go west, this is what I want to do.
Uh-huh. You know, this is very fair. He may have a point. Thank you, Nuncreed, for continuing to support my stream. To be ad-free. Because I'm unaffiliated from Twitch, there's no ads. You guys don't get ads. Isn't that great?
Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view.
You love the song? It's pretty good. I love your burly gentleman voice. Thank you for having an ad-free stream. Thank you for enjoying the ad-free stream. How else are we to learn about the must-have $999 materialistic thing that needs to rot in my house that I cannot possibly afford? No, mostly the ads these days are about getting people to start investing.
A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Ew, you puked? Any idea where we are? We're not gonna talk about that? Alright. Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. I hope it doesn't, like, come through shooting out of the tube. That would be really gross. One second, Chad. Crypto? No, it seems more like getting people started investing through, like, the bank's apps and stuff. That's at least, those are the ones that I'm seeing. Visual novel about dating advertisements. Dream Addy. Oh my god. It took me a second to figure out what you meant. I did read it and just thought that you might have, like, missed the D on daddy. Nope. Nope. Furry's built-in insulation showcases another debuff of the human race. True? It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Looks like we aren't getting back that way. You do have a bad tendency of not spell checking your awful puns and them having typos. Well, that's why I thought it. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Dude, what are you talking about? Rolo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective? Kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center.
Oh, there's Gran.
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper. Is she gonna tell us now that she's not Juniper?
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just
Grandma
had different...
donated 1. Thank you for supporting my ad-free stream. Grandma says, go to your bed this instant, young man, and let the adults handle the impending calamity that could and all your friends.
Yeah, because that works out every single other time, Grandma. No. I'm sorry. We're gonna be here. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Thank you for the donation. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Did the Billy who got gooped disappear? Have we seen what that came from them? So this is the timeline where Beck is the one that gets gooped. In the timeline where Iggy gets gooped, there's 2 different diverging paths. There's one where him and Walter Kerr fall into the hole, and the explosives or the fireworks that he was carrying like freezes over the hole and buys them some time, and then it's just like there's like it's basically like the end, but we don't really know what happens. And then the other one where you don't let him die, the clipboards come back to save them, and the story just ends there because you've been caught. Oh shit, this is the town. Yes, this is the actual Beacon Pines. So, in the week that they sent everyone away to quote-unquote decontaminate the water, they actually made an entire replica of the town and moved it over. Hello, Rodian. So there's multiple timelines, but they end prematurely. Yes, so if it's not, like, the canonical one, like the one that, not the one where the story progresses, it ends and then you are trying to find which of the diverging paths is the correct one. Not to nitpick, but you can't build a whole town in a week, let alone do it in secret. Oh, I know. But this thing also affects time, so I don't know how that plays into it.
And in the stillness, he began to weep.
Maybe you can't, but furries can. Boom, got him.
It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This all makes sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
Best ending? There are so many endings that end like this.
In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire.
Oh, we got put in the freezer again. Yes.
On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Yeah, that's all.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
On the bright side, you're eating cake. What kind of cake? I want cake.
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay.
The method to deal with unfathomable forces of nature is to ignore them. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do these days.
That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. his head in astonishment.
Okay, so this is where we find out that this is actually his mom.
The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother. Called it? I know, we called it.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He
Narrator
peered across
donated
the
1.
snowscape at the woman on
Thank
her
you for
knees.
supporting my ad-free stream. Narrator says, through a flood of tears she began to hum an old song that was very dear to her and Luca, for it reminded both of Luca's father. As she sat in the snow, the first trembling notes of Megalovania filled the air.
Damn it. Go get your food. Your donation.
Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
Dude, I could listen to this song forever. Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. You didn't realize the aging goop mom became grandma connection until now? Yeah. So then where's his granny? His granny's dead. His granny's been dead for a while. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then, what do we do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The devil you know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under Perennial Harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange, muttering a curse under her breath. She dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Excuse me. I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and Perennial Harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear. That blonde hyena creeps you out? He should. What I miss? Hello, Lily. We just had the reveal that our grandma is, in fact, our mom. What else happened in this stream? I don't know. Go watch the bot. You get NB vibes from Hyena Guy? I can see that.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they would fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere more comfortable. We are on the timeline where we go to the factory ourselves, meet up with Beck, and have dinner with her parents. And then stay... No, wait. No. We're at the one where we go and meet Rollo. With Beck. And then we investigate our grandmother's house. Find Mr. Tolliver. And then, Mr. Tolliver led us to Mr. Nuncreed being involved, and then we followed Nuncreed into this weird underground layer thing, and we find out that that there's like a replica of Beacon Pines. All the other ones, like, we ran them out. They don't work. So that she can get the help that she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is, is that Sharper? Did Sharper not actually die? Is that Sharper? Do they all remember the alternate timelines? No. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
That's Sharper. That's totally Sharper. Sharper didn't die. And that's why, in the will, Eris had to take on this kid. He's gonna touch the goo? No, he already touched the goo. Yes, sir. Take them away. Bake them away, toys. No, I want them to see this. The ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
What'd you say, Chief? Me? This kid Solomon is Sharper. Remember earlier when I said someone at this festival was going to touch the goo, grow up, and reveal to be someone else? I don't think he's gonna grow up, but I think he is going to reveal himself as Sharper. But yes, we've had a lot of our chat theories come to fruition, like Grandma actually being Mom. Did I say bake him away, toys? Yeah, I did. Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. You don't know who Sharper is? Sharper was the founding Valentine. Sharper was the guy who died 6 years ago when the Foul Harvest happened. Sharper was the guy who founded Valentine Fertilizer. And now he's an alien zombie! Yeah, exactly. He's actually an elder god. Oh, the town founder who mysteriously died in an accident. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is him. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a little more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. Why are there always elder gods but never any welder gods? Don't they have trade schools in the ancient realms? So true. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Okay, Mongo, you were right. He's drinking it. Also, there's not enough adolescent gods. I guess. Fuck yeah!
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
Nothing but net. Why is he drinking it? Wouldn't it make him old? Well, he's a kid right now. He wants to, like, be in his adult body, I guess. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh, I was thinking he was just short. No, he turned himself younger.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No. Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. His clothing aged too. You're not wrong. His clothing did grow with him. How did his clothes grow and also turn into a suit? No idea. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Is he gonna reveal the banner? Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Sharper Valentine Festival. Oh my god. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh.
Yo, it's just a birthday party. You may now call me the Oracle, as I predicted this one twist like an hour ago. Okay. Oracle Magoo. Why does the top part have individual letters but the festival part's hand-drawn? No idea.
Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! Oh, it's a sneaky, sneaky boy. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! And Luca's evil? Luca's not evil! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? Well, they wanted to. A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. Dude, this guy is, like, rivals narcissist. Jesus. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? Okay, that was weird. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Oh boy. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. Of course, he's also a shit parent. Detective Gumshoe probably doesn't normally say daddy. Yeah, I know. Luca just got the malice card, though. True. You're too old to be calling him daddy. I agree. But I... Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, my dear. Have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Come on, stop letting his ass speak. I agree. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. Someone go Stabby. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. Why doesn't the whole town just gang up and beat him to death? I have no idea. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed-up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride.
Shut up, rude dictator capitalist, man. So true, Lily. So freaking true.
He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. Eat the rich! So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Of course! That's the dude who wrote his own book in the library! Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait. So, this Bill Kerr was Patsy the whole time? Ha, Patsy. He was a patsy. Ha 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 ha. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears the most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. Boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things had gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. What if my fear is being ruled by a dictator? But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all.
Want to become famous?
Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Whoops, this is not what I...
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
This is not what I meant to do. For bad ending, this isn't actually that bad.
Tears. Beck, read up.
Your hip hurts so much today? Oh no.
Iggy's eyes start. Iggy. Beck shook the ooh. Chapter the
Had to
best.
take sick
Luca
day?
Puppy
That's so
only
awful.
gently
I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. What happened to your hip? You're a little surprised you didn't make an example out of someone in that scene? You're not wrong. Ah, we're back over here. So in this timeline, Nuncreed pushed us into the phone booth. And that's that's what happened at the end of this. So we're back on this side again.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it'll all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca. You know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Unlikely, goodbye! Okay, so in this timeline, this is where we got a body dumped on us. And Rolo's been kidnapped, and we don't know where he is. You can tell me anything. All I'll do is shove you in a box and keep you prisoner. That's it, I swear. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I am unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I'd better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. I'm so good at walking.
Luca tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer...
Everything starts to look like a nail. It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Huh. Look at those two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of the pool? Pond, probably. That said, I can read. Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Rolo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
You want a joke Easter egg ending where the town name gets changed to Bacon Pines?
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear.
No, Lily, we don't.
"Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Stop right there. Or I'll... Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
It's older Rolo. Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle. Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it is really you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him.
He really doesn't look that different. Just taller.
Something about him was undeniably Rollo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait. Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. Well, well, well. I passed out and woke up like this. Wow, they made his brain smaller too. Oh no. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least, I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it. This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger. Ha!
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on.
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Take cover! Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. Oh, she dyed it blue because it went all gray. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere, so we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. Dang, the shade. So true. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay, just need to play it cool. And hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. Hello, Spreha. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all just banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Whoa! Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. Wow, I can relate, Plant Mom. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. Good afternoon, I'm here just to say that Lily did it. Hello, cupcake. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all of the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Hey, Beb. Hey, Pizza Tower is real. Yeah, that's nice. I'm playing Beacon Pines right now. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead of researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modewell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Why does no one ever encrypt their walkie-talkies? It's not like it's hard to do. So true. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to Perennial Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear. When they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who's this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest. You sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to she said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat, a modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for.
They're gonna get Iggy to get them in with the fireworks thing.
Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
All right, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial's my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new...
He waved vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
Circumstance? So this game is cute, chibi animal murder mystery? Yes. Ah, she'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the dangers Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed.
Luca Gentford.
I don't have any new bait. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire their conviction, but can he really pull through? Hey, Jeff. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were all right. Great, so you'll help?
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
This is a lot of hide.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Hey Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn. I am impressed. And after all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the treehouse.
A single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. Oh my god, Tish speaks! How wonderful.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We are locked and loaded on my end." and Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
True.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. What a terrible mustache. Still thinking about the timeline where Luca killed 2 people. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Okay, so they're in the crate, right? Our harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. I'll just check...
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits! Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yup. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. What was that?
A distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I have a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay. Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Have to go to work now? Okay, have a good day at work. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. Ta-da! Ta-da! Alright, everyone knows what to do. You'll def check out this game. Here's a link to it on Steam. Take care, bye! Yep, Deep Engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. hallway to nowhere. What's going on here? Is this some sort of mind game? Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Liar! Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to Deep Engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. While you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
This one is the one that says Founder. Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequences. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
They're taking out the power. Let's just wait a minute. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
Did you get like any sleep? I slept for like 5 hours. How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Guys, his name is Solo Man. As in he wants to do it all himself. So, fucking fuck off. Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
I had to, since I offered to drive the wife to work. Got like 3 hours. Tried streaming Hi-Fi, but my brain's so tired I kept missing all the beats and got my ass kicked by a samurai robot. Oh no. And don't call me Shorely. He just guessed the password completely at random. No, he heard underground secrets from when Beck was spying on, or when Beck was listening on the radio. How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. Oh, right, that was the other timeline. Rollo heard it. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rolo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. Okay, hang on a second. They took out the power, but this is still working? Yeah, Luca has no idea. So this clearly shows that they don't remember the timelines. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. Next door's marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Uh-oh. Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all this noise.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. They just hit the building with a shovel and the door opened. I don't think the power even went out. Oh, okay. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Luca, no, he wasn't! Oh man, no water cups. Rolo. Rolo, are you okay? Rolo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're tracked.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rolo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it! Did that little shit just kick me? We've come full circle. Don't just stand there. After them! Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist's lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars consistent with Tempest Liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. but it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquimine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So, the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempest Liquimine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. It pulls energy from its surroundings, that's why it's cold everywhere. Yup. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. These clothes were all hand-me-downs anyways. It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Oh, he dead as hell, honey. So Sharp was experimenting with fertilizer and discovered immortality. Yes. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like now. Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Modwell heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when we get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Ha ha ha. Hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
I should just spray right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all. Is Luca just playing dumb? Like, does he know?
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. Hey, look, there's books on the chair. Because he's too short for the desk. Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell. They fished up the booze? Yes, I fished up the booze in the memory with my dad.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. Why can't I not acknowledge this? I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it! Lock it! Lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Roll low. Before we start tossing blame around. Is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. I want pizza. What now? Don't look at me, I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We are so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. He's gonna let them in! He's gonna let them in! Everyone else, huddle up. Oops! I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer. All connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes, now you've got it. Tempest Leucomine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modwell. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please. Looks like a bad ending again. Yeah.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of
Before
the...
he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. That's the secret. There are no good endings. Ah, shit. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did the whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca, over here! They're playing freaking Keep Away. Hi, Mia, how are you? How's it going? How are you doing? Move another inch and I smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back.
Well, they are 12. True.
Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
I'm alright. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. Kinda hungry. But, we're getting into the climax of the game. You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Uncertainty washed over Beck.
I missed the monologue, but why would they be so concerned about one sample? Any good scientist would have the formula written down in triplicate, no? Yeah, but he's not a scientist. Nellie probably wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know if she still has her notes or picked them all up when she left, or... You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know that there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
Beck, what the
Solomon
shit,
hung
man?
the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think, all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. It's Kerr, not Patsy. No, he is actually Patsy, but when he de-aged, he went by Kerr. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great, and all the bad guys wear green vests. Yes. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. Well, crap. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo. No, the game has not explained the clones. You just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just, we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in the false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter, with the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. Or they're triplets? No, there's way more than 3 of them. In a different timeline, we see that. He left it for me, but its contents... Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She'd been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
She survived. The clipboards, yes. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of the scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't always mean it's right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone, we've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
He's still wearing that fake mustache. He sure is. We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that. She switched it. That's why she gave it to him.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his potion with a little junk.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get in the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyway. Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh! Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end.
This is not the end.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying.
Yeah, I'm okay with this ending.
If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way. I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change? Your unlucky penny! Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that going to do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
He's your baby! Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. The narrator retconning in real time. Yep. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we... We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, your young Sharper. That would be a great help. Thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity one Rollo, one Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Alona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture upstate. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Should we go back and do Malice? No, this isn't done. Look. There's still stuff to go on this tree. It's not fully grown. Yo, this song slaps. Okay, we're gonna keep going with this. The sketches are so good, they really are. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now, this right here. This is something I can be proud of. Slow and dirty harvest. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Alright, alright. Luca, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest-to-goodness flip-flopping, swim-swamming fish. I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. Been at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What did you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. You're gonna poke so many holes in its face, dude.
Luca good for
A little higher. Yup. Little lower. Little higher. Yup. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yup. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Poor Rollo lost like 10 years off his life. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town is ready to help out whenever we can. I can't wait to teach him to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. He went to prison, Pog. Let's go. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to the reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a big fancy city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ha! We both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. You still prefer the ending where Iggy died a hero's death?
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Also, I think unencumbered is spelled with an E. Excuse me? Would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me. I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends. I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation? For the first time in years. And I've got you and your mom to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. Lol. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Stuff feels like a canon ending. Oh, for sure. Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Luca, do you want a biscotti? I want a biscotti! On the house. I don't really have time. Zariel, you gotta come see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Chad, I want an affogato. Oh, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were proud of something. Psst, As if. No. It's too late! You are now officially a person that cares. Boom, got him. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses. Builds character! Yeah, it builds something alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide the stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. It's too fun not to do.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
Aww. But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they're studying it in the new labs. Did you know that Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county? Yep, close to the population before Perennial Harvest moved in.
It typically went on like this for quite some time.
I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. He's talking about the Hank Atomic. The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. But I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Huh. Maybe I'll do that.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I've kind of got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh. To experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. Did we win? It seems like it. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. Look at all the little Banoonies! Who are these Banoonies, Jeff?
With Perennial Harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Well, maybe not completely. completely unused.
Just one piece of candy. For the ride of your life. Who's next? Me. Are all the bugs back now, Bug Kid? Guess what? Yesterday I saw Dynasties Titus. And that's good? It's great! I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the county. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of Old Beacon Pines, and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Jeff's wild ride to Old Beacon Pines. Ah, you got it. Now that's a good looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, this ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Who's the narrator? We don't know. Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says, the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Ah. Yep. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're a part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh God. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. Oh boy. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modal says that over the next few years, this place should warm up. So you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand.
tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice, the whiskey from his office? Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
So that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. Damn, dude. Achievement unlocked. Pop goes the weasel.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
They all just witnessed a man die, and they're all like, ah!
That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Mass hysteria. Got his first taste of blood, I guess. That's it. We've done them all. Weren't there a bunch of choices just before that? I think that those were just... Like, I don't think those actually mattered. I know which part you're talking about. Was Kerr the one behind the goop? No. So, remember Solomon, the little kid that Eris Valentine had to adopt? When Walt went to confront Sharper Valentine, he accidentally, like, de-aged him. So the little kid was actually Sharper Valentine. The original founder of the company was still alive. Yeah. And Gran was your mom, yes. So she, after, like, all that stuff happened a couple years later, was sneaking around in the factory trying to find proof. And she was exposed to the Tempest, whatever they called it. This makes you want to see Night in the Woods again. I don't think I can go back to that game right now. Are there any achievements I'm missing? Yes. I don't know how. There's Agile Angler, catch all the fish. So I don't know how I missed any of the... Because I went back when I could to that spot with the memories. Melon Kicker, find a way to kick a melon. And Born in a Barn are the 3 achievements that I did not get. Where'd the clones come from? No idea. I really don't. So that was Wilden.